Hello, good people of the internet. My name is Andy, and you're watching Geek Curio. Hello there, and welcome back. And to those of you who are new to the channel, an extremely warm welcome to you. Today we're going to be looking at the board game Ticket to Ride. This is the New York edition, and it's the first time I've actually had a chance to play this game. How this has escaped me after all this time, I do not know, but it was a whim purchase from my review of Mighty Lancer Games' website from a few weeks back. And like I said in my Monday musings earlier on in the week, this is probably the best £15 that I've ever spent. So just to give a very brief overview, Ticket to Ride is a game for up to 4 players, and the aim of the game is to connect routes throughout the map of the city that you're playing in. And what we'll do, we'll open up the box and we'll have a look what's inside there and give you an idea of what it is. Okay, so we've got the rules, and the rules are actually, like I say, just to give a little bit of backstory, I'm not big on rules. It's not to say that I don't follow them, it's just I get tired and bored and lose interest in actually reading them. So the fact that there's actually only 3 steps on this rules is a big bonus for me. You've also got the game board, which folds out like this. And as you can see, it's a lovely map of New York City. New York City is somewhere I'd love to go at some point, right after I've been to Texas. Okay, we've got some score pads, which, oddly enough, in all the times that I've actually played this, I've never actually needed to use because we've done all the adding up at the end. And we've also got some cards. Now, there are 2 types of cards. It's going to step on that. You've got the destination cards, which work as the objectives in the game. And you've also got the transportation cards. And these have different types of transportation on them. And once we get into the rules, we'll see how that works. What we've also got is 4 different colours of taxis, and these are going to be used to mark out the routes that you have claimed within the game. The thing that I like about it is it's not the usual colours. There's no red, there's no blue. The only primary colour that's actually in this box is yellow. I like the fact that you got kind of like a green aqua colour, and I love the purple as well. Purple's always a good colour. Okay, so to set up the game, it's quite simple. Place the board down and we shuffle the transportation cards. And like I said, the transportation cards are the ones with the different colours on them, and they've also got different types of transport as well. So I'll deal 2 of these to every single player. At the moment it's only me, but I'm just going to play as if I'm playing with you, so you're the other player. And then we also have destination cards, so I'm just going to shuffle those as well. And we'll deal 2 of those to each player. Okay, so the next stage is getting the transportation cards, and we're going to lay 5 cards out. Now at this stage, if 3 of the 5 cards that we draw are taxis, we would discard all of these cards, shuffle the deck and draw again. So now that we have our 5 facing cards, every player has 2 destination cards and 2 transportation cards, we're ready to begin the game. So let's have a really good look at the game board. So in order to win points, what you need to do is basically join up the routes by basically filling up these spaces here. Also by looking at your destination cards. So for example, in this one, I would get 3 points if I was to match up the Empire State Building with Greenwich Village. Greenwich Village is here. I'm just going to raise the camera a little bit so you can see the Empire State Building here. So that is worth 3 points to me. Another route that I have is getting Central Park to Chinatown. Central Park is quite far all the way up here, with Chinatown being at the bottom, and that's worth a whopping 8 points. So there's 3 actions that I can actually do in this game. I can draw transportation cards from the 5 cards that are showing there. I can choose up to 2 cards, and if any one of these is a taxi, I can only take 1 taxi. Taxis are essentially the wild cards in this game. Another action that I can do is claim a route. So if I have enough of the same cards, same colour cards for all these routes, I would be able to claim it. So for example, if I wanted to go from Chelsea to Greenwich Village, there's actually 2 possible routes on this one. I can use 3 red cards, which is the tram, or 3 green cards, which is the bus. If I wanted to get between Chinatown and the Lower East Side, I'd only need a blue card, which in this case is a train. So I can claim that one easily. And that would earn me some points. However, it probably wouldn't get me the big points because my destination cards, the ones that I really want to get, are going to be these ones here. The other option that I have also is to draw another destination card. So if I pick another destination card, Empire State Building, which is worth 7 points. So I'd be wanting to get a route going between the Empire State Building. Now, the thing that I like about this, and what I picked up straight away, was there's quite a few different strategies you can have for this. You can either spend your early turns getting and collecting lots of different transportation cards, and then in later goes you can probably get the longer routes or the routes that are beneficial to you. The downside of that is that someone else might be able to claim the route instead of you. So for example, where there's quite a bit of congestion between Greenwich Village and Chelsea, or Chelsea and the Empire State Building, there's actually 2 routes going there. And the direct route would obviously be the one that you'd want to be getting. However, that's not the only route you need to go. So for example, if you wanted to go from, let's say, Greenwich Village to Wall Street, the easy, obvious one probably would be going through Chinatown. But if this route was blocked, and maybe Greenwich Village was blocked, Soho was blocked, then maybe you'd need to take a detour to Chelsea and come down this way. Now obviously I've just given you a very brief and simple overview of the game. There is actually a lot more to it. We haven't touched on the taxis, which work as wildcards, and also the grey routes as well. Now the grey routes, you can pretty much put down any combination of transportation that you like. Now for the taxis, if you wanted to claim a larger route, say between Central Park and the United Nations, which requires 3 of the pink items, and you only had 2 and 1 taxi, you could in effect use the taxi as a substitute and make up the difference, thus claiming the route. The game comes to an end when one of the players has only got 2 cars left. Once someone has 2 cars left, that is essentially the last go, and everyone else gets 1 more go, and then the game will end. This causes quite a few arguments, as some people might have been planning something in advance, and therefore they've only got 1 more go to do something, and it scuppers the rest of their plans. But it does make the game end naturally and completes it in quite a good way. Like I was saying about strategies earlier, hoarding up loads of cards probably might not be a good idea. It's one of those games that will only probably last about 15, maybe 30 minutes, and you'll probably want to play the next game again. And that's why I recommend it so much. I mean, like I say, whereas it's been hiding all my life, it is great fun. And the feedback that I got from my family was second to none. My daughter actually wanted to play it again, and then literally the next night she asked if we could play it too. So it now has become our go-to game to play on the weekends when we're having a bit of family time together. Now I got this from Mighty Lancer Games, who I consider to be one of the premier hobby stores in the UK. You should be able to easily find this at most game stockists. However, I will be leaving a link for Ticket to Ride available on Mighty Lancer Games' website. I only paid £15 for this, and there's quite a few other versions as well. I think £15 was the cheapest one that they do. They do an expansion as well, which I'll probably be looking into. Like Monopoly, it's not just limited to one particular city. So like I say, I got the New York version. I would expect there to be loads of others out there and available. Like I say, I've never been to New York, but I certainly know it a bit better now. Thank you very much for making it this far. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please leave them below in the comment section below. And please feel free to subscribe if you enjoy what I do. Also, some other good news. I'm going to be doing an interview with Gorilla with a Brush this Sunday. He has kindly agreed to be my third Two Goblins drinking beer, even though it might be very early in the morning for him. And to change it up from my usual questions, I'm actually leaving an open forum. So currently the Goblins of Mordor have been notified, and a few people have already sent me some questions that they would like me to ask Gorilla with a Brush. But if you're not part of the Goblins of Mordor, you can always send your questions to me in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and take care.